If you look at an organization and you want to work in a way so that you are sustainable and can make some impact, some social economical impact, because that is what we do. You know how many hours people are spending on working in their life? If they're in a job, you have 8 hours, 9 hours, 10 hours a day. Think about, especially if you know there are some professions where you're working 10, 12 hours a day, right? And then even if you're at home, your mind is still not. You need to sleep, you need time for yourself, you need time for your family, you need all that pressure, right? So, how to deal with all this disruption? I think you should tap in on the talents of people. People can do a lot more than they are allowed to. People are doing their things. And if you look at the big surveys around the world, it is about, you know, I'm doing my things, but I'm not challenged on my talents. I'm not challenged on the things that I could do because I'm restricted by systems, by management, by mandates, by profiles, right? And those talents, they have to be configured around in a social context. You cannot work with everybody. And there needs to be a diversity in the team. Because if everybody can do the same, but if you feel that you can add value to the team and the team can add value to you, that you can contribute and you get the right amount of attention, then you feel connected, right? Culture. Your talents are deciding the culture. And culture is, of course, a big thing. But you can also make it very simple. What is the culture? It is just the way we do things here. The way we address to each other, the way we communicate with each other, the way we respect each other. That is not so difficult. What is the culture in your family? It's something that you have to have in your mind. Because culture needs to be cultivated, right? And then you have the identity. Those elements are deciding the identity of an organization, right? And this is how you are going to be recognized. Now, I'm not saying that you should go on the other side and that it are all loose elements because it is an integrated whole with each other. Another thing is you need to work agile. And with agile, that means that allow people to absorb what's going on and be flexible enough to change things. And that is quite something for leadership. Allow people to work, right? And then you have to reimagine all the time. Because what we are doing now, we have an organizational structure and we are almost like in a lock-in. And we cannot think anymore, okay, now I'm ready, my configuration is okay, I'm good for the next 5 years. In the old days, with the speed of things, how things are evolving, in the old days, you could say like, my strategy is there for 5 years. And sometimes we use the metaphor of a tanker or a sail ship. And how hard is it to turn around with a sail ship or divert the course of a mammoth tanker? Right? What is the strategy now? When I'm talking to CEOs or to HR vice presidents and I'm asking them, how does your workforce look like in the next 5 years? They say 5 years? Okay, then rephrase. 2 years. Actually, Andre, I'm happy that we have enough headcounts now to do the job. I have no idea how it looks like in half a year. We're struggling with retention, our budgets. And what about the quality of work? Well, we're happy that we have the people. We cannot train, we cannot educate. Is that correct? If it comes to education, we always say like, oh, the results are not good enough, let's drop that. If we are not capable of dealing with data, with robots, and bringing an organic way of working with each other, then you will lose it per definition. You will lose it. You can actually also say, like, let's see how I'm a surfer. What are we doing now as an organization? We're trying to catch up, pedal as hard as we can to get over the wave so that we can start surfing. Does that make sense? Not at all. What you really have to do is to reimagine and take a deep dive and organize yourself in a good way so that you can accelerate in slow motion. And what do I mean with that? If I take a deep dive and I'm prepared, I take the loop, I reorganize, I service, come up to the service, and then I'm ready for the next wave. And in that metaphor, a wave is always ending on the beach. So that is an ongoing process. You have to take a deep dive, and that is what I mean with reimagine. And if you don't have that creativity, if you don't take that space, you will never get there. Right? You will lose the business.